Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh?
Rizzo's knock you out.
Are you listening to me, Emperor?
CNP worst. It's not the worst unless it's worst.
If you got a maintenance issue, take it to Chief Junlei in engineering.
So far as you know, I'm not drinking on duty. Got one more hour before the dockmaster bills me. How many beers can I down, you think?
It's all in the wrist.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
My comm center already got an update ping from the backup relay. I trust everything went smoothly. Thanks. That's odd. The only messages in the queue are encrypted ones. Looking at the transmission logs, the relay hasn't received a single unencrypted message in the past 36 months. Must be on account of some new security red tape. Well, whatever's the cause, the board and the Earth Minister will see it sorted. Thanks again for saving my derriere. I secured quite the payment authorization for you from Chief Junlei. Try not to spend it all in one place.
Was the time I want.
Felix Millstone. Nice to see you out of docking bay. Keeping your nose clean?
Yes, ma'am. Been at least a couple weeks since my last nose-related incident.
Uh-huh. I'm glad to see you in a captain's custody. Just try not to steal any critical parts from my ship.
It's possible I got caught lifting some spare parts a couple years back, but it was only just that one time. Honest.
I'd tell you to stay out of trouble, but I know you'll find it anyway. Whatever you do, just make sure I don't find out.
CMP near maple syrup. It's near
I know she's in there, Mfuru.
Purpleberry Crunch, Triple Flakes, and Purpleberry flavored Power Nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever put into it?
Back for a rest? Space adventuring is tiring. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate. May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Yeah, so I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so cozy like it. That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120 A2 model. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered.
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
So you're gonna call her it, not she?
Though my voice is currently pitched to suggest female, I possess no gender. Any pronoun preferred by the user is acceptable.
Hello. I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Hey, that pad down.
So, how's this work? Do we get a table? Stand in a corner?
A new face. Only the usual. Marauders.
Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this. Well, that's fruit and such, right? Bottoms up. Wow. Oh, Captain. I mean, just... I don't know what to do about... Well, she talked about another girl, right? Isabel. Mentioned her by name and everything, like she wanted me to know. Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. Maybe she's not interested after all. I don't know, I'd call it, It did. It was real long and rambly. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something, then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her? Well, maybe... I need another drink. Don't you go mother-henning me when I ain't asked you to, Captain. I am a grown lady. Come on, Captain. Okay, maybe you're right. I am a little woozy. Hydration. Oh, Captain. Every... Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she's... Don't you tease me in my moment of weak... You know I'm not interested in physical affection. That's... Well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Folks I thought cared about me for me. What if she's not okay with... What do you mean? So if I'm doing my very best to be kind and open-hearted, I should... Gosh, I don't know that I got that in. Yeah. Well... Oh gosh, I Oh, my guts are still all twisted. But why not? I'm tired of waiting around. I'm gonna do it anyway, even if maybe it's not... I mean... thanks for hearing me out. Come on, let's...
This is Halcyon.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Fudge. A soft, sour candy shell around
Got it. Heads down.
Are you listening to me? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our Did he now? The mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be a He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at the... Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits. I'd be grateful if you... Last he took... You look...
Heard from the lasses down on 22 that you did.
Mechanicals all over, but they still got us sweating to move boxes.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain. We'll be here, Captain. Or will we? Haha. Just a little joke.
about to ruin your day.
That's the last of them.
Looks like we're doing What's up, jackass?
I'm on it!
Can we do that again? Let's make it quick!
Okay, keep him quiet. Yep.
Okay, here we go!
Still got it!
Huh?
Incoming!
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit? Lovely to see you.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well,
Something I can do? You run into any trouble?
Yeah, boss?
Yes. Whoa, well, you tell Miss... And what are you doing here? Silas, no. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching, and soon I shall be ushered through the great camp.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. It's plague. Has to... I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see your way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community. I need you to break in, nab that medicine. You oblige... Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. I know that. Reed would have wrote me up.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
That Chief Junlei sure...
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope... Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me and... All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got... I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. All right. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape. I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better. That's all I can ask.
Oh,
I can't Ah. As broke as... I simply cannot afford... With what? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy. Frankly, not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. Your idea My...
Got my hands full at the moment. Make it quick, please. You picked a fine time to visit, stranger. Foreman Granger, mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Carry on.
Don't know how long we'll last.
Don't make me report you.
You're some sort of...
Got my hands full.
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? You were probably poking around my things. I really shouldn't leave my letters sitting out in the open. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. More than a few. Those teeth were his personal... I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills.
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig... Here you are. Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a... I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for internment. Eugene overdosed on... It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the... We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable... I include...
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means... The war! The coming apocalypse! I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold heart. Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. When the sword... I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna... Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. They have sent the scout.
Fancy thread. You run into any... Reliable. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had... I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see? Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're... Every now and again... Hang on, I'm doing... Work's been real good. Former people... Oh no. If those...
Huh?
Come on!
Here they come!
Nobody messes with you, boss!
Woo! We made it!
You gotta show me how you did that. Oh, that's the last of him!